Hello, welcome to my official YouTube channel for economics tutorials. So in today's video, we shall be solving a question on the multiplier. So the multiplier is a very important concept in economics as a whole. So with the matter of reproduction, the multiplier is a numerical coefficient that shows the effect of total change in investments on national output. So the multiplier is represented by capital letter K, and it can be computed using different formulae based on the requirement of a question. So we have two questions on the board which can be solved explicitly. So now, you have in a closed economy with no government, 1 billion increase in investment leads to 5 billion increase in consumption. What is the value of the marginal propensity to consume? Now, look at this question very well. Discover that a 1 billion increase in investment leads to 5 billion increase in consumption. Now, if you want to analyze the question, discover that the multiplier in this question is the 5 billion. And the marginal propensity to consume is not given, which is the requirement of the question. So now, in this question, for you to solve it well, you have to state the appropriate formula for the multiplier, which is K equals 1 over NPS. Now, in this question, you discover that the multiplier is given as 5 billion. So here, K is equal to 5, and you substitute the value of K, which is 5. You will have 5 is equal to 1 over NPS. So now you cross multiply to get the actual value for NPS. So by so doing, you will have, this one is over 1. So you will have NPS times 5, which is 5 NPS, is equal to 5 NPS is equal to 1 times 1, which is 1. So to find the actual value for NPS, you divide both sides by the coefficient of NPS, which is 5. So you will have 5 NPS is equal to 1, divide this side by 5. Divide this side by 5. So you will have NPS as 1 over 5. So if you are not good in operating with fractions, you can write it in decimal. This is all 0.2. So now, the question is, what is the value of the marginal propensity to consume? That is MPC. But what we have succeeded in getting is the value for NPS. And there is a relationship between NPS and MPC, which is the sum of MPC and NPS is equal to 1. So you will have MPC plus NPS is equal to 1. So now the value for the value for NPS is 0.2. So you substitute the value for NPS here. You have NPC plus, in place of NPS here, you put 0.2, which is equal to 1. Now to get the actual value for NPC, we collect like this. So such a way that 0.2 we cross, we call it this sign to read 1. You have NPC is equal to 1 minus 0.2. Therefore, NPC is equal to 0.8. So the actual value for NPC, marginal propensity to consume, is 0.8. So now this is all for this question. And the next question is, assuming that investment increases by $400 billion, and this causes an output value of $1,200 billion, find the multiplier. Now in this question, you are not going to use this formula because the question is talking about an increase in investment and a change on the total output or national income. So there is a formula for this particular question. In this case, the multiplier can be computed using this formula. The multiplier is K equals change in national income over change in investment. In some questions, you have change in national income over change in autonomous consumption. Based on the requirement of the question, you state the appropriate formula to solve. So now in this question, you say that assuming that investment increases by $400 billion, and this causes an output value of $1,200 billion. So now, the change in national income, which is the same as the output value, is $1,200 billion. So, you say that where the change in national income or change in total output is equal to 1,200, and change in investment, which is given as 400, is equal to 400. So what I want to do now is substitution. K is equal to, in place of change in national income or change in output, put the actual value there, which is 1,200. And in place of change in change in investment, put the actual value, which is 400. So now you divide 1,200 by 400, so which the two zeros will go, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So now in this case, the multiplier effect is 3. The interpretation is this: if investment increases by $400 billion and the output value also changes by $1,200 billion, the multiplier effect is 3. That is 3 times. So now there are some situations where you have a question that you don't have something of this nature: change in investment and change in national income and national output. So if you have a question where you have MPC given, you can as well compute the multiplier using this formula, that K is equal to 1 over 1 minus MPC, because 1 minus MPC is the same thing as MPS. So that is all I have for you under the multiplier. If you still have questions concerning the multiplier effect, drop it in the comment section, and don't just watch this video, try as much as possible to subscribe so that we notify you for latest videos. Thank you.